When you got 120 people that are going to levy allegations against him, his situation looks too daunting to even comprehend. I told y'all this wasn't going away. I told you this wasn't going away. I got it, you don't want to get into stuff like this, but you can't help it because you see the trouble down the road. I said it to you days ago.
Floyd Mayweather's empire just took a serious hit, and this time it's not coming from inside the ring. Federal agents recently raided the luxury homes of the undefeated boxing legend in both Miami and Las Vegas, kicking off a storm of speculation about alleged tax fraud, shady crypto ventures, and even fake real estate claims. As if that wasn't enough, ESPN's Stephen A. Smith has come out swinging, leveling sharp accusations and comparing Mayweather to some of the biggest financial scammers in modern history. Is the money nickname finally catching up with Floyd? Or is this all smoke and mirrors from a man who's made a career out of controlling the narrative?
And because of that, as his lawyers intimated when I was watching them on programs like News Nation or CNN or what have you, what did you hear them say? You might find his behavior reprehensible. You might find it disgusting. You might find it a lot of things. The word we're concerned about is whether or not it was legal.
Facts, the drama, and the millions at stake. This is a story too wild to ignore. In a stunning escalation that shook both sports media and the crypto world, federal agents executed coordinated raids on Floyd Mayweather's lavish properties in Las Vegas and Miami, multi-million-dollar estates synonymous with his money persona. What raised eyebrows even more than the raid itself was the presence of Homeland Security investigations, HSI, not just local police or even the FBI.
How many square feet is this?
A little bit over 20,000 square feet. 3 or 4 levels.
Money Mayweather, seems appropriate that you would be living in Vegas.
My mentality is always about, work.
Federal agencies tasked with investigating national and international financial crimes to be involved suggest this is no routine tax issue. According to reports from multiple outlets, including The Blast and Radar Online, these searches were part of a broader federal probe into financial misconduct, allegedly tied to Mayweather Promotions, his self-owned boxing promotional company. While initial speculation focused on tax discrepancies, insiders now suggest authorities are also investigating potential crypto-based investment schemes and deceptive branding practices.
What are we to make of the fact that it was Homeland Security, Miami, Los Angeles, respectively, as opposed to just the LAPD or the local police department? What are we to make of the fact that Homeland Security is the ones who raided both?
They reportedly found during these raids documents tied to brand endorsement deals disguised as ownership and promotional materials linked to unregistered cryptocurrency ventures, has since ignited a firestorm of public scrutiny. At the heart of it lies a bigger question. Was Floyd Mayweather building his post-boxing legacy on real wealth or on illusion? Few voices in sports media carry as much cultural weight as Stephen A. Smith, who for years celebrated Floyd Mayweather as not just a generational boxer, but an iconic businessman. But following the raids, Smith took a far less forgiving stance on ESPN, expressing outright disappointment over what he sees as a pattern of deception.
Looked like it was 5 years too late.
Right.
And that's the greatness of him.
Yes.
Everybody that he fought, they're like, what? He beat Sugar Shane Mosley.
Floyd Mayweather is just as guilty as any of the biggest financial criminals you can think of, he said bluntly. An unusually strong condemnation from someone who once defended Mayweather's right to flaunt his wealth as a product of hard-earned success.
He beat Sugar Shane Mosley.
Shane caught him in the second round.
Yeah.
Almost hurt him.
Yeah.
Almost dropped him.
But you look at the champions that this man beat and made them look mundane and beat.
Smith, who had recently compared Mayweather's dominance in boxing to Michael Jordan's reign in basketball, now finds himself wondering how much of Mayweather's empire is real. The tone of betrayal was unmistakable.
Right. You talk about Mayweather, right?
Mayweather.
I would say the same about Jordan, but that's a different
Oh, there you go. No.
I mean, I'm glad that you heard that. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Because Jordan will make you look.
Smith sees it. This isn't just about bad business decisions. It's about misleading the public, especially fans who followed Mayweather from his humble beginnings to his headline-making $100 million paydays. You think he owns jets, property, cars? What if it's all a front? Just branding deals dressed up as ownership?
I remember going to the Mike Tyson and the Mayweather, where it was an event.
Mayweather Pacquiao, Mayweather Canelo.
Mayweather De La Hoya.
Yeah, that was a big event.
Smith questioned during a recent broadcast. It's not just criticism, it's a reckoning from a supporter turned skeptic. Mayweather's entanglement with cryptocurrency goes beyond hype. It's a documented history of questionable ventures and regulatory pushback.
Myself, and I believe that it's going to be, another cryptocurrency that's going to be just as large as Bitcoin someday.
In 2022, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, charged Floyd Mayweather for failing to disclose promotional payments for several initial coin offerings, ICOs, including a $100,000 payment from Centra Tech, a company later revealed to be fraudulent.
It's okay. That's no different from Uber and Lyft.
Part of a settlement, Mayweather agreed to pay over $600,000 in fines and penalties, without admitting or denying guilt. But this wasn't a one-time misstep. Mayweather has promoted multiple controversial crypto projects, including Ethereum Max, which also involved Kim Kardashian and led to class action lawsuits, Moonshot, Real Floyd NFT, and more recently, a coin simply branded as Floyd Token. These promotions often came with social media fanfare and then vanished just as quickly, leaving many fans and investors with losses and little recourse.
There's no problem. Everybody's entitled. Everybody's entitled to their. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion.
One of the most damning voices in the space has been Zach XBT, an independent blockchain investigator with a reputation for exposing digital fraud. In a detailed thread and follow-up reports, Zach XBT listed Mayweather among a group of celebrities who had a pattern of promoting so-called rug pull tokens, cryptocurrency projects where the creators suddenly disappear with investor funds.
At one point, you were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra card.
The Centra cards. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin.
According to Zach XBT, Mayweather's history of promoting such tokens and failing to disclose financial incentives poses serious ethical and possibly legal concerns. The crypto community, particularly on Twitter and Reddit, has grown increasingly vocal in questioning whether Mayweather is genuinely invested or simply capitalizing on hype while distancing himself from the fallout.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything that's going on, really. So, like,
we all know that.
Yeah.
The guy can't read,
Yeah.
How much did you guys pay him?
Like $1 million.
He took that knowing or not caring if it worked?
It was just knowing, not knowing, right? Like
Floyd Mayweather's public claims about his real estate empire are as grand as his fight night entrances. In past interviews and social media posts, he boasted of owning dozens of apartment buildings in New York City, allegedly worth $402 million. These claims were repeated during various media appearances, including podcasts and Instagram lives, where Mayweather frequently referenced income from skyscrapers and apartment complexes as proof of his business acumen. However, recent investigations have cast serious doubt on these assertions. According to Business Insider, no public records exist confirming his ownership of the properties he's claimed.
His investment was real estate, commercial real estate, skyscrapers actually. I looked at certain athletes' career and I said, I don't want to end up like that. So what I did was this. It started off with $5 million. Put up $5 million, I was getting $50,000 a month.
New York City Housing Partnership, a key agency that tracks property transactions and partnerships in multi-unit buildings, found no documented evidence tying Mayweather to these high-value assets. Fueling the speculation was none other than Mayweather's longtime rival and social media troll, 50 Cent, who took to Instagram to mock the boxer after the raids. Sharing a clip from the Fighters Corner YouTube channel titled, "Stephen A. exposes Floyd Mayweather for going broke," 50 Cent captioned the post, "Damn champ, they caught you lying, Loel. Time for another exhibition." While 50 Cent's jabs are rarely subtle, they often shine a spotlight on issues others may hesitate to address. In this case, the insinuation was clear. Mayweather might be faking financial strength to maintain the public persona of money. This leaves fans and critics wondering, are the mansions, luxury cars, and jets truly his? Or are they clever props in a branding machine designed to keep his mystique intact?
He does a million promotions like that. It's basically you speak to his manager.
Yeah.
He's like, this is Floyd's price. You send the money over.
Yeah.
The manager makes his little cut from it, and he just says, "What do you want me to say, and what do you want me to do?"
Okay.
Right, and you just basically give him his script, and he just.
For years, Floyd Mayweather's brand has been anchored in the idea of absolute ownership of cars, homes, jets, and even cities. He's known for flexing his fleet of Bugattis, his Las Vegas mansions, and his infamous $50 million Gulfstream G650 on social media. However, following the recent investigations, new questions are emerging. Does Floyd truly own all the luxury he flaunts? Or is he merely the face of these assets? Multiple sources have indicated that many of the properties and vehicles attributed to Mayweather may actually be part of strategic brand endorsements, not direct ownership.
People like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, the Waltons, the people that own Walmart, Walgreens, when they're getting money in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, it's okay. A young kid like myself from the inner city, from the ghetto, I worked my way to the top.
According to a report from Radar Online, documents uncovered during the FBI and Homeland Security raid included contracts showing Mayweather acting as a brand ambassador for high-end real estate developers and automotive sponsors. These agreements allegedly allowed him to present these properties as his own in exchange for marketing exposure, essentially blurring the line between influencer and owner. This type of arrangement is not illegal. It's a common practice in the luxury branding world. However, it does raise ethical concerns when the influencer is not transparent, particularly if fans or investors are misled into believing these appearances are signs of private wealth. This tactic may also explain why so many of Mayweather's social media posts feature vague captions and little financial detail. He can legally appear to own something while technically acting as a glorified spokesperson. From a business perspective, it's a clever branding strategy, but from a public trust angle, it could be problematic, especially when tied to crypto promotions and high-risk investments where consumers might assume Mayweather is putting his own money in. That perceived ownership may have helped sell tokens, sponsorships, and merchandise, making the line between business and manipulation ever thinner.
I mean, it's the new wave. It's what everybody's doing. And I started, of course I started with boxing, but then, of course, now it's real estate. My real estate portfolio is crazy, but I'm truly blessed. I'm truly, truly blessed. And if cryptocurrency is the new wave.
Floyd Mayweather's public persona is meticulously curated. The undefeated champion, the business genius, the lifestyle connoisseur. Across Instagram and YouTube appearances, he showcases sprawling closets with racks of luxury clothes, multi-million-dollar jewelry, and watch collections that would make royalty blush. He's posed next to stacks of cash, boasted about owning dozens of properties, and taken fans on virtual tours of his private jets. But behind the curated feeds and high-production lifestyle lies a growing chasm. A stark contrast between Mayweather's image and what court filings, regulatory agencies, and independent investigations suggest. Following the SEC's 2022 settlement, which revealed Mayweather had failed to disclose payments for crypto promotions, a pattern began to emerge.
And everybody in the crypto world is competing with one another. Whereas I feel like everybody should be able to choose what they want to choose and go with who they want to go with. I think everybody should work together. And what I always did was I believed in myself. Before anybody else believed in me, I believed in myself.
Mayweather repeatedly pushed risky or unvetted crypto projects via tweets, Instagram posts, and Zoom webinars, only to later delete the content or distance himself when things went south. Notably, after promoting a coin branded Floyd Token, Mayweather quickly erased the marketing material from his page once questions about the coin's legitimacy began circulating. Similar incidents occurred with Ethereum Max and Moonshot, two other projects that saw values tank after Mayweather's endorsements. Moreover, blockchain researchers like ZachXBT have tracked wallets and influencer marketing campaigns linked to Mayweather, painting a picture of involvement that is deeper than casual promotion. While Mayweather's legal team has not publicly addressed all the allegations, and there is no formal charge beyond the settled SEC case, the digital breadcrumbs suggest a level of involvement that contradicts the business mogul image often portrayed. What we're left with is an increasingly murky narrative. A man once considered a savvy investor now being questioned for promoting digital assets that allegedly harmed the very community that supported his rise.
I didn't understand because when I signed my deal, I was only a teenager. When a teenager getting that type of money, you're a kid, you don't know no better. So with age, I grew, understood the business part. And once I said, I'm no longer going to be just an athlete. I want to be a businessman. See, a lot of the fighters right now in boxing, they're just fighters. Right. I'm a businessman.
Floyd Mayweather built his entire brand on control, controlling the ring, controlling the narrative, and most importantly, controlling the money. His fights were spectacles not just for the sport, but for the economics behind them. He was his own promoter, his own hype machine, and his own legend. But now that fortress of independence appears to be cracking. From federal raids to regulatory fines, from social media backlashes to resurfaced lawsuits, there is a growing list of events suggesting that Mayweather's empire may not be as stable as it seems. This isn't just a matter of a few shady promotions or exaggerated claims. It's about a pattern of behavior that seems to repeat itself in every industry Mayweather touches outside the boxing ring. Whether it's the now infamous Centra Tech ICO, which led to multiple federal indictments, or the series of NFT projects that vanished post-launch, there seems to be a consistent theme: grand promises, short-term visibility, and then silence. None of this diminishes what Mayweather achieved in the ring. A 50-0 record, multiple world titles across 5 weight classes, and an ability to draw 9-figure paydays are undeniable facts. But the transition from athlete to businessman isn't always seamless. The very tactics that worked in boxing, self-promotion, confidence, image control, don't always translate cleanly to the world of finance, regulation, and public accountability. As these layers are peeled back and more scrutiny is applied, the boxing world and the public are left wondering, is Mayweather still the master strategist, or has he overplayed his hand? There's no denying Floyd Mayweather's impact on boxing and sports culture. His undefeated record, tactical brilliance, and reinvention of fighter as brand set new standards for athlete entrepreneurship. But with greatness comes scrutiny, and Mayweather's ventures outside the ring are now facing questions he can't dodge with footwork or charisma. Whether it's SEC fines, unregistered crypto projects, misleading real estate claims, or brand deals disguised as ownership, the once invincible aura is showing cracks.
Now I'm here to talk to the people about one of my jewelers. And it's not one of my new jewelers, one of my low-key jewelers, Tony, at Pasha in Manhattan Beach, California. You guys need to come check him out. Now today, let me show you guys what I purchased from Tony. Tony, matter of fact, I don't need to tell him, you tell him.
Got a little rose gold sky dweller.
Still, Mayweather remains one of the most influential athletes of his generation, and his fan base remains loyal, even if now more cautiously so. The question is no longer just about what Floyd Mayweather owns. It's about what he represents. Is he the ultimate symbol of self-made success, or a cautionary tale of unchecked branding in the digital age? We want to hear from you. Do you think Floyd Mayweather is still the master of the money game, or has he finally been outplayed by a system he once dominated? Let us know in the comments. All right, guys, for the best updates on boxing news, moments, events, and actions, subscribe to Knockout Updates and turn on notifications to never miss out on quality content, and check out our other videos. Until next time, peace out.